The hustle and the struggle.
Every day of the week.
The hustle and the struggle.
Every day of the week.
The hustle and the struggle.
Every day of the week.
The hustle and the struggle.
Hey, what's going on, guys? We got another episode 4 of the Hustle and Struggle going on here. I'm Jameson Philippi. I got my partner in crime, PvP from NJ, and we're coming at you with another episode. What's going on, guys?
It's me, it's PvP, it's Jameson and I, and we are ready for another episode, another round of the Hustle and the Struggle. Go ahead and our host of the world, Jameson, in your world, bro.
You kind of cut out a little bit right there, so I only caught the end of that.
I got out.
Yeah, you're cutting out pretty bad right now, actually.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Dang it. Hopefully it clears up pretty quick.
Well, I'm here with you. This is called the Hustle and the Struggle for a reason, you know?
That's right. There's the struggle right there.
The struggle right now is the Wi-Fi connection. That's the struggle right now. So, Jay, one of the things that I wanted to talk about today is I think we always kind of talk about it, but other resellers, they say a good time, of course, to do retail arbitrage is during Q4. But how do you feel about doing retail arbitrage throughout the year? Like, is this something you entertain, or is it just really good for Q4?
I do it throughout the year. I know some people don't like it. The profits are a little bit slimmer, but I enjoy doing it. I like to do a lot of thrifting and retail arbitrage throughout the year. I'll do whatever. Like if I'm by a Target, I'll stop, but I enjoy them both, but the profits are slimmer. It does get a little bit slower, profits like around, say like March to like August, give or take a month or two, you might only make 20 to 40% usually on items, as opposed to, around this time, you can make, 50 to a few %, per item. But, it just kind of depends on what you're in the mood for. If you have a little bit extra money to source, you might not mind taking 20% if you can find 20 or 30 of one item. But if I only found one item and I only made 20%, I probably wouldn't buy it. And most likely I wouldn't grab it. Unless it was like an easy flip, like spend 100, make it 20. Once in a while I might, it just depends on the situation, but sometimes I pass on it. It just kind of depends on how my mood is at the time.
That's cool. That's cool. And all right, so you do retail arbitrage throughout the year, and maybe some garage sailing and thrifting throughout the year as well. But what would you say you do mostly? Like in terms of if there's choices of three, and you're kind of in an area where, similar to me, like there's a season or maybe a couple of seasons for garage sales, and then after that it's kind of ixnay because of the weather.
Exactly.
And we both experience that because of the but if you have a percentage, like how much garage sailing do you do, how much thrifting do you do, and how much retail arbitrage do you do? Like if you were to split it up.
I do mostly retail arbitrage.
Or Craigslist, like sniping or kind of thing.
Yeah, I'd say retail arbitrage is number one. Next up is Goodwills. And then I would probably say after that is garage sales. I don't garage sale a lot. I like to garage sale, but I'm not a morning person, like at all. So I have to like force myself to get out of bed at like 9 sometimes. But I like to garage sale. I really enjoy that the best, I think, because you can get the best deals, and I just like going. It's just more enjoyable. But I also do a little bit of online arbitrage, eBay and stuff like that, Best Buy, Walmart, Target online, stuff like that.
But your main percentage of what you do is like you like going to the retail stores and picking stuff up from there.
Yeah, for the most part, I like doing that the best. It's just easy, get in, get out. I pretty much don't do a lot of scanning in the store. I usually pretty much go in a store. I've got my notebook and I've got like a list of 10 to 40 items, and I just go through it down the list. Boom, 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 boom. Grab that, go to the next store. Boom, boom, boom. Go to the next store. Basically.
That's interesting. Like, can you give us? I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to. Can you give us like 2 or 3 of those items that would be on that list?
Yeah, let's see. The list changes a lot because, obviously times, sales. Let's see. Last week, you can't get this anymore. The sale's over. Target had Nerf guns, buy two get one free. Also with the Cartwheel app, they had 10% off. And then if you had your Target card, you get additional 5% off. So you were getting a really good deal. I was running around buying, Nerf guns that either sell for a decent profit right now or they will be profitable come Q4. I bought probably about 30 to 40 Nerf guns last week.
Wow.
And I would just go to each Target, going down the list, grabbing each of those guns, and then jump into the next store. Let's see. Last week, yeah, just look at the sales. My BOLO list does change a lot. Look at the sales. Last week, they also had buy one, get one free on Keurig coffee. So I was doing a lot of that. I probably sent in about 15 of those.
Like the coffee makers.
No, I'm sorry, my bad. Keurig coffee. See if I have any here.
Oh, the coffee itself.
Yeah, like the actual coffee packs. They were $14.99. Buy one, get one free. So basically, you're paying $7.50 a pop, and then you send them in and sell them for 17 to 18 bucks each. They had a great rank. Like some of them had like ranks in the hundreds. Some had ranks in 2,000-3,000. So you'd only make $4 to $7 profit on them, but they were boom, boom, boom. You'll sell them real quick.
So
what else?
You're looking for the things that are on sale. You're not like just scanning anything.
I scan sometimes when I have time, but I try not to get caught up in that because you could be scanning for hours and only find a handful of items, if that.
Yes.
So
you're looking at like the sales on the like the sales that are at Target. You're looking at what the sales are on the Cartwheel app, and also when you go to the stores, you're looking for stuff that's on clearance, and that's your focus.
Yeah, for the most part. Right now, that's my main focus. Clearance toys that I know will sell for Q4. Sale items, also sale items that you can combine Cartwheel with because that'll give you an additional discount. Also, if you're doing like grocery type items, see if you can get coupons from your Sunday paper. Anywhere you can save money, that's where you're earning extra money. Like Oreo cookies are good this time of year. The Halloween Oreo cookies, you can buy like 2 packs of them, send them in as a 2-pack, and make a profit off of that. A lot of people jump on that.
No, that's great advice. Because, like you said, you don't want to spend hours like scanning stuff. So just have a target, and then have no pun intended, have a target of what you want to get, and and scoop it up and then bounce. Like you don't have. I'm sure we've both been there. You more than me, since like you know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like the scanning for hours in the stores. I'm like, oh my, this is brutal.
Yeah, in the beginning, I definitely recommend doing that because you want to get a feel for everything. It takes months and months and months to get a feel for what people like and what people want. And but yeah, in the beginning, like for the first 6 months, scan everything. Just scan. And one day it's just gonna click, and you're just gonna be like, wow, I get it. Like it's just gonna make sense one day. But yeah, just go out there. I mean, it's gonna get pretty busy, so just keep pumping along and keep pushing.
Definitely. Something you said earlier, and I know a lot of resellers, like resellers that we look up to, and resellers that other YouTube garage sales, to get up in the butt crack of dawn to go ahead and get the best deals. I'm more of the mind of, look, if you've been garage selling for a long time, and I haven't been garage selling forever, nothing like that, but I'm gonna go out when I'm gonna go something.
Exactly.
Especially in a source, let's say for eBay, dude, anything and everything can sell on eBay.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to be. To me, you don't have to be the first one at the garage sale. It's true that you're gonna have the pickings of the best stuff, but when you get there, and you're gonna find great stuff either way. You just have to have the eye and like kind of the brain comprehension to know, okay, I'll pick that up. I'm with you. I don't want to get up in the butt crack of dawn to go see if I find some Nintendo DS games. I'll get up when I get up, and I'll go find something good. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, I agree. I mean, where I'm from, I notice everybody in the green room, they get up at 5, 6, 7 in the morning and go. If you want the video games, you got to do that. If you're after the video games, but I go when I go, and I can find deals up until 5 p.m. I'll garage sale when I wake up, and I'll go until they are done, and I'll still find great deals. I mean, I went a couple weekends ago. I found a great Nintendo deal at 2 in the afternoon. I found a doll for $40 that I sold for $170 I
Thank you.
mean, like all at one sale. I mean, you can find great deals in the afternoon, but it also depends on what your state and your location. I would imagine certain areas, maybe California, stuff like that probably won't last. I'm in a great area where I can go any time of the day and I'm going to find a great deal. I mean, it doesn't matter here, but yeah, some places I bet you probably would matter. You probably all the stuff will dry up come afternoon, but I think for the most part, if you look, you can find good deals. Still, you might not find great deals, but you can still find good deals. You know.
Of course. And we're not knocking the people that get up early in the morning. You know, God bless you. That's awesome. You know what I'm saying? But you know what it is. Of course, you have to do what works, but you also have to find what works for you. You know what I'm saying? And I've talked about this recently, where I've totally been a victim of because of my own because of myself, been a victim of like the shiny object syndrome, where everybody's talking about, oh, this is so great, this is so great, and then like you just want to rush and do it exactly that same way. Find your own niche, find your own groove, and kind of excel in that.
Exactly.
If everybody's doing something, that's great. I mean, just have that in your back pocket, but just do it your way. You know what I'm saying? And I think this waking up in the butt crack of dawn for garage sailing, that's cool. But man, I'm gonna get there when I get there. Your lizard picker brain is developed enough to know, okay, I can make money with this. Let me pick this up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I get up once in a while in the morning. But yeah, like when we were in Austin, we got up at like 5:30 in the morning, and it was me, Barack, and Kevin. I fell asleep on the way to the garage sale. I don't do mornings. We went to bed at like 2, 3 in the morning and got up at like 5 or 6 or something like that. And I took a nap on the way to the sale because I just don't do mornings. Yeah, if I could do mornings, I would. But it's just too tough. I don't go to bed till 3, 4 in the morning, so it's hard to get up at 6, 7 in the morning. I can do 9. That's my 5 in the morning.
Well, let me run something by you, and this is something I was thinking about today. And this is something I entertained in the past, and I kind of go back and forth with it, but this is something that I would want to do. And this on the flip side, I sometimes think when you talk about plans, like out in public, it's kind of bad. Maybe it's better just to kind of do it and then you talk about it later. But I mean, this is just something I was kicking around, and I just wanted your opinion, of course. So I was thinking that in the future, in the nearby future, well, before I get started, what I've found, and I'm sure you'll agree, there are specific things that sell well on certain platforms.
Yeah.
You have eBay, and clothing does real well on eBay. You have FBA and electronics, and as you know, and toys do really well. And I mean, of course, there's a bunch of other things in these categories, but I'm just talking about just the kind of the skimming on the top, right?
Yeah.
Clothing on eBay, electronics and toys on Amazon, and I'm thinking on Etsy. Like I said, I haven't had a lot of success with Etsy, but I think like watching a YouTuber like Planet Alyssa, like a lot of vintage brick and brack stuff. Okay, follow me on this. So what I was thinking was, and I kind of dabbled in this a little bit, where let's say you sourced items, and then you went ahead and there were items that were maybe vintage items and brick and brack stuff that you can send all into FBA, but these things can be listed on Etsy and they can also be listed on eBay. So, if they sell on eBay or Etsy, you can, multi-channel fulfill it, from Amazon because you sent it over there. And it's listed on Amazon too.
Yeah.
And just I kind of send it out to all these other little places. To me, it's something I'm entertaining because that way you don't actually have to have a storage room. You can just kind of send everything to there. And if Amazon, for any reason, kicked you out, you will have some kind of establishment on these other platforms where, let's say your inventory was kind of wiped out, but you have your rep, so you can kind of just restock it and make another plan. Like, what do you think about this plan?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I've actually been researching more on the multi-channel fulfillment. I've only done it a couple of times, but I think I'm gonna, come closer to Christmas and maybe starting now, I'm gonna start getting into that. I have never done Etsy. Definitely something I want to learn for sure.
Yeah.
Because I probably do have some things I could throw on Etsy, or some stuff that's on eBay that's just sitting that probably won't sell. That probably might be better off on Etsy. But I heard it's a site. I think it's called Joe Lister. I believe it's called.
I've used this before.
Oh, have you? Okay.
And I mean, let me tell you something. How many items do you have again on Amazon?
About 1,200.
Okay, let me tell you, like Joe Lister, I think like the 500 item plan is like $50, but
Okay.
it makes listing like from Amazon to eBay because that's what it's for. It's from Amazon to eBay.
Okay.
If you hear beeping, my smoke alarm has gone off. I think my roommates are cooking something in the kitchen, so don't mind that. You know what I mean? But I've used it. I used it for a period of time. I stopped using it because, like, my money was tight, But no, Joe Lister's great. Joe Lister's great, and it works. It makes the listing process like super fast. There were some errors and stuff like while I was working it, but for the most part, it works as advertised. It's
Awesome.
like $50 for like the 500 item plan, and
Okay.
like $400 or $500 like for just unlimited amount of listings. Like
Gotcha. Okay.
No, I would look into it, Jay. Like I said, it makes developing an eBay store even easier because you're not having what they do is they kind of like suck pictures from the web and also from FBA, so you don't have to take pictures.
Oh, that's amazing.
Suck the pictures and just like list it. What I would suggest is make people pay for shipping on eBay. That's the one thing that I messed up in the beginning when I started using Joe Lister, and even now, what I've been doing, as I've said before, while I'm kind of in transition and I just started working again, is kind of listing my items from eBay, just double listing them on. Double listing my FBA items on eBay because I'm not doing any sourcing, but I'm keeping my eBay store active. That way, money still continues to come in.
Exactly.
So I would definitely suggest using that, but charge shipping because that's what I was trying to say is that if you run sales and do all this stuff on eBay and if you do free shipping, like you're gonna lose money when it sells because if you multi-channel fulfill it, Amazon is charging you for shipping.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. My one item I sold, I made a mistake of not knowing that. Someone told me wrong that, it's only going to be the 50-cent fee to do that. And it ended up costing me like $12. So these items that I sold, I made like $1.50 profit on them. Like
Exactly. So that plan of multi-channel fulfillment, and other YouTubers have said that Amazon will kick you off for multi-channel fulfillment. But let me tell you that when you go to your when you go to your inventory screen, if you click on an item, it's actually an option on the drop down.
I see that.
Yeah, it's so I mean like, and you know what you can also do? There's a setting on there as well. I forget how I did it, but I know Global Voodoo Mike, he covered it in one of his, and he did a multi-channel fulfillment video, and he covered it where you can actually, when items ship, Amazon charges you just a little bit more. This is only change, but they'll remove the Amazon logos off your box.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
It won't show up as like, oh, this is from Amazon. You know what I mean? So
exactly, because that's a good idea. Yeah.
Like stuff like you could put like you could type in, oh, this is from Joe Blow, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that's actually what I would like to do, but like I said, clothing doesn't become an option, and that's what I love about eBay, that you can list anything on there. Etsy, you can list almost anything. I would suggest in doing that model to take your own pictures and include them on your Amazon listing and on your eBay and Etsy listings and stuff. But take your own pictures. Don't use a stock picture. Because especially with Etsy, I've noticed, and thanks to the Green Room as well for giving me this tip. Like Etsy's very they like artsy like pictures. They don't like little jerk pictures. You know what I'm saying? They like kind of like nice pictures. They don't. It helps it sell it. You know what I'm saying? So you can't just be like, oh, whatever on the floor kind of thing.
Yeah.
That don't fly. But I mean, I've only sold one item on Etsy, but that item was actually a multi-channel fulfillment item where it was like these placemats that I found at a bargain bin store, like these placemats that had pictures of Ireland.
Okay.
I made a listing for it on eBay. I made a listing for it on Amazon. I sent it in, and it sold, and they, I got the money for the shipping, and I shipped it from Amazon to the person who bought it.
Awesome.
So it's a doable plan, but like I said, the items are not so sexy, but I think when you have a blanket of items like 2,000 plus or more on any of those platforms, and you're gonna make some money for sure.
Definitely.
So so you think that that's a good idea then?
Yeah, I definitely want to get into that. I'm just a big procrastinator. Like I've had many people tell me about the Joe Lister and multi-channel fulfillment. I just haven't done it. I'm just kind of doing my thing, kind of procrastinating.
I kind of wish I was like you in that sense, because like I said, I suffer from the shiny object syndrome, and I want to do everything at once.
Yeah.
But you stuck to this FBA and gotten really good at that, and I think that is so key. Like like John Lee Dumas, right? He says that you go 1 mile long and 1 inch deep, or something like that. But basically, you stay like in that pocket, and you've gotten super incredibly good at that. And that's something that I should have done. I think that's actually was part of my failure within the last 8 months that I was full time. That I just wanted to do everything.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I've spoken to you, Jay, and I'm gonna pipe down after this. I know I'm like talking like a parakeet right now, but I did Kindle, I did Etsy, I did eBay, and then this and that. And at the end of the day, Kindle doesn't excite me as much, even though you can make some money. But it's a lot of steps. Let me tell you, you think reselling is a lot of steps? Doing Kindle is a lot of steps. It really is a ton of steps. So Kindle, I appreciate what I learned and gonna entertain that, but I'm gonna stick to the reselling and just kind of do what you've done in the sense of like, just let's focus on this one thing and build that. And that's
Definitely.
that's if I don't get dangled, another carrot doesn't get dangled in front of me.
Yep. If I don't know if you want to do it on this episode or we can talk about it on the next one, but you should talk about how your story, about how your journey of reselling, and maybe how a couple things didn't pan out the way you'd wanted them to or whatever, and then kind of like, so basically people can learn from the mistakes that you've made, and basically talk about your plan on how you plan to get back to full-time reselling again. Maybe we should go over that. I don't know if that should be a whole episode or get into it now. I mean, it's up to you on when you want to talk about that.
You're a much better storyteller than I am, so
Gotcha.
I give you kind of like the Cliff Notes version, And I've talked. Okay, I have. Well, this in a nutshell, I've been working all my life, and I just turned 40 a few weeks ago, and I just decided that I don't want to spend the next decade again working for someone else. I just wanted to do my own thing. I've always had these illusions of doing my own thing, and I took the leap. I was not prepared, but I took the leap anyway. And since January of last year, January of this year, I'm sorry, I went full time. My income tax check, and I still had a few leftover checks from the job helped support me. And I made a ton of crazy mistakes. When I first met Jameson, it was for advice and still stuff that I bug him to this day. I'm like, what is it that to buy for FBA, and how can I be successful with FBA? And I made a lot of mistakes, and I would have talked to Jay about, should I buy this thing on Craigslist when it was like $100, and I was gonna resell it like for 120, and he's like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? I mean, these are some of the kind of mistakes that I made. But I'll tell you, folks, that and then the summer came, and I had the summer was super tough for me, and my money went down, and I was just like pinching pennies during that time, and it's actually brought me to this situation now where I'm having to go back to work and try to go ahead. My plan now is in a year or two, hopefully develop the business where I'm making 5,000 plus or more, and that can support me. But like I said, there's going to be a work in progress, and things change, and I always try to be fluid. I'm always having a new plan of doing something else, but I want to go ahead and copy what Jay's done in the sense of I'm going to just focus on the one thing and then just develop that and not be so all over the place, because being all over the place is exciting, and everybody's going to want to tell you, oh, look, you can make money this way, you can make money this way. And, you got to just focus on the one thing, get good at it, and then you can move on to the next thing. But get good at the one thing. Just bring it full circle. I was full-time. I'm not full-time anymore, but my main focus is being full-time again, but down the road. And maybe not, maybe if I'm comfortable at my job, but develop the second income to become something serious because of like the incredible community, the incredible reselling community, and all this incredible knowledge that we've been given. Sometimes as well, we hear so much knowledge, we just get like paralyzed and we stop like working. So just focus on the one thing, and sometimes shut out all the voices. You already know what you got to do it.
Exactly.
So that's my story in a nutshell. Yeah,
for sure.
And fail, folks. Failure is great. Like I've talked about that before. Failure is good because, like I said, you'll know what not to do the next time. And I'm so grateful for these last 9 months, because of all the stuff that I've learned. Truly. I won't take it back because I learned so much. I've gotten better at doing this. You know,
Exactly.
so when you're struggling, you get creative, and I got better at doing this because of all that crazy failure I had those last 9 months. But that's my story, though, for sure. You know?
Awesome.
So Jay, I think for this episode, maybe unless there's something that you wanted to add, I think we should just like wrap it up for this episode and
Yeah.
come and attack the people again this upcoming week for sure. You know,
Definitely. Yeah. It's a good episode. I think we covered decent amount of stuff.
definitely.
Yeah, and we can.
Now, Jay, where can people find you if they wanted to talk to you? If they wanted to go ahead and reach out to you?
Just look me up, Facebook, Jamison Philippi. Just full
Spell
name
that.
first.
Spell that.
JAMISON PHILIPPI. First and last name. Just look me up on Facebook. If you have any questions, need advice, how to get started, anything like that. Definitely. I love exchanging knowledge. If you see somewhere you can help me grow, and I can do the same for you. I always like meeting new people and just chatting and exchanging knowledge. I love to learn and I love to teach people. That's the best thing about this is I love to learn and I love just talking about different things, different ways to make yourself grow and become a better person. But
Jamison is very sincere in that because this is how I met him. Like I saw that he was having so much success, and I reached out to him, and he reached out to me immediately. So I'm eternally grateful for that. Myself, I'm PvP from NJ on Facebook. You can find me Paul Perez, my real name, because Facebook didn't allow me to keep the PvP from NJ. But I also have my podcast on iTunes. It's called Reseller Rising. I also have a show on YouTube. It's called the Reseller Rising Show, where by the time this comes out, there will be a new episode coming out. There'll be a new episode coming out for the podcast and a new episode coming out for the show. And you can also reach me at the website. That's a pvpfromnj.com.
awesome. Peace out, guys.
Definitely. So, folks, thank you so much for watching this. Please comment, like, subscribe, and comment below. And we are both active here, and we will gladly get back to you. And we hope that this finds you all in a great place.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys. Peace.
Information finds you in a good place.
Definitely.
The hustle and the struggle.
Every day of the week.
The hustle and the struggle.
Every day of the week.
The hustle and the struggle.
Every